On this episode of The Haul, we're throwing some bolt-ons on our 2018 5-liter F-150, taking her to the track. Hey, what's up guys? Justin with AmericanTrucks.com here with a pretty cool episode of The Haul. As you can see in the shop today, we have our lead-foot gray 2018 5-liter powered F-150. What we're gonna do with this thing is throw 3 of the most basic modifications most owners tackle during their ownership, including an intake, a tune, and a catback exhaust system. We're gonna dyno the truck after everything's been installed, compare those to our baseline numbers, and then we're gonna take this thing to our local drag strip, throw it down to 1320 and see how it does with all of its new modifications. What's even cooler is my buddy Adam from the American Trucks Chevy GMC side is gonna be doing the same exact thing with a 5.3 Silverado. So if you guys are Chevy fans, you wanna check out what he is up to, feel free to click on that link in the description at any time. But for now guys, again, 3 simple mods, so what do you say we get to it? First up on our F-150, I chose the JLT cold air intake system for the 5-liter truck. Why? Well, JLT is just known for making power on the Mustangs or basically whatever else you put it on, including the F-150. It's no tune required, which is gonna be a majority of the intakes here for the newer F-150s because they are speed density based and not mass airflow based. And finally guys, it just looks good under the hood. Exposed 4.5-inch filter, so you should hear a little bit more noise, but at the same time, it does seal to the underside of that hood, so you're not gonna be sucking in a ton of that hot air from the engine bay. 4-inch plastic intake tube. I like the plastic stuff, tends not to heat soak as much. Texture black, and honestly guys, could not be easier to install. If you have a 7 or an 8mm socket and wrench, you should be able to get this puppy in place in about 15 minutes tops. So really nice product. We are gonna pair it up with an ID Motorsports tune. My buddy Matt Alderman down there in Florida, he does a great job with these trucks. I know, I have one on my Raptor. The thing runs like a beast. So we're gonna pair up the JLT here with an ID 93 octane tune, and then finally tie it all together with our exhaust, which is up next. Hoi! We're not tightening things up quite yet, we're just fitting it up. You don't want to tighten things on an exhaust system until you're finished. I'm gonna go ahead and push it on up into this here hanger. Take that Roush letter and look up at the sky. Praise the Lord, every time it fires up. All right guys, so just wrapped up with the third and final piece of the puzzle, our catback exhaust system. Now I selected the Roush catback for the 5-liter truck for 2 big reasons. A, it's loud as hell, and that's what we're going with here for our testing in a little bit. B, it's a very popular system and it sounds great. I mean, this is one of our top selling exhaust systems for the 5-liter truck and for other gens as well. Fits great, nice materials, full stainless steel throughout guys. The dual tips have a nice look coming out of the factory location, and there is a small amount of cutting to the system itself depending on your wheelbase. So 145-inch wheelbase for ours. We had to trim it to about 42 inches for the resonator delete pipe. Not a big deal if you have the right equipment laying around. All right guys, so we just wrapped up with our dyno runs after installing all the modifications and that ID Motorsports tune. But before we go over these numbers, I do want to clarify that yes, the 1-to-1 gear ratio in the 10-speed automatic is 7th gear. However, there is a factory speed limiter in place which prevents us from getting a full pull-in in 7th and even 6th. So in order to get a clean pull all the way to redline, we did our dyno pulls in 5th gear, both before and after. But with that out of the way, what do you say we break down these numbers a little bit, guys? And if you're not a fan of Coyote 5-liter engines, well, you should be, and here is why. Bone stock, the truck made 314 horsepower and 322 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels with those heavy 33s in place on 93 octane, by the way. With all the modifications and that Matt Alderman ID Motorsports tune, the truck is now making 355 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque, again on 93 octane. So breaking down our gains, we're looking at a peak gain of 41 horsepower over those baseline numbers and 32 pound-feet of torque, but even bigger gains under the curve. We're looking at 43 horsepower up by 6 grand here, upper RPM range when it comes to horsepower, and big fat torque curve gains down low. Basically from 2,500 to 4 grand, we're looking at nearly 56 pound-feet of torque. So the truck is a lot happier now with those mods and that tune in place, which means should be a fun ride down the track. Let's go. Well guys, here we are at the beautiful Maple Grove Raceway on this nice crisp fall day. We got some good air today, and yeah, we got our trucks behind us. Obviously 2018 with all of its mods, making a good bit more steam over those baseline numbers, as you guys just saw with our dyno graph. And you guys pretty much did the same thing with your Silverado, right?
Yeah, we did a cold air intake, a tune, catback, made a little bit over stock, I think 25 horsepower, 20 foot-pounds of torque, 36 under the curve.
Healthy.
Yeah, so it's a little bit over stock. We're excited to see what it does here at the quarter mile.
Yeah, for sure, man. If you guys want to keep track of what Adam did to his truck, be sure to follow him over at the AmericanTrucks Chevy GMC side. But today, again, we just rented one lane here at Maple Grove, so no side-by-side racing. We're just rooting each other on, having a little bit of fun, and seeing what these trucks can do. Now, granted, we don't have a baseline number with this truck, stock with the 33s, so we're not looking to break any records out here today. We know these trucks tend to be in the 13s stock. Some guys have even dipped into the 12s with a tune and a tire, but those are regular cab guys. 33s, Super Crew, I'm guessing somewhere in the 13s would be a big success for us here today. But again, beautiful weather, great air, so I think it's time to get these things in the line. So we're just gonna scrub the rear tires. Shift her into 4 high. I'll just give it hell on 4 high and see how she does. All right, so we left pretty good. Obviously it didn't spin in 4 high, as you'd imagine. Looked like we crossed the traps at right around 100 mile an hour, so that's pretty good. We'll see. Let's see what that time says here. Dude, 13.8 at 99. That's impressive, man. I am very happy with that. 13.8 at 99 mile an hour. JLT cold air, Roush catback, and most importantly, that Matt Alderman ID Motorsports tune. Yeah, man, I mean, I'm stoked. I think high 13s is pretty much where I thought this thing would be, and right off the bat.
Yeah, so you were right on the money with what you were hoping for. And
2.160, it'd be nice to get this thing to like a 2.0 or like even like a 1.9. And I think I could get it down to like a 13.50 maybe, but it's gonna be tough. That was first pass off the old highway. And now I need a helmet. That's a sign that we're going fast. All right, well, let's see if we can get a little bit more RPM out of the hole, a little bit more up on that converter. Come on, baby! All right, I think we might have squeaked a little bit more mile an hour out of it. As you can see, we got our helmet on now because we went a little faster than 1390. Second pass, we got it up to about maybe 2200 on the converter here. Put it to the wood, 4 high, sport mode. We'll see how it did. All right, so we went a little slower that time, 13.9 at 99. I honestly think that 13.8 is gonna be the pass of the day out of this thing. I tell you, I'm pretty impressed. Big old truck like this, launching in 4 high. I mean, this thing would certainly surprise a few people. Gets up pretty good.
yeah, so the F150 is looking pretty good. It's consistent, 13.9 at 99. His first pass was 13.8 at 99, so he's sticking to it. It's running really healthy. He's doing a great job. I think he's got one more pass coming up, so I'm excited to see if he can break that.
What's that 60 like, bruh?
60's 2.1.
Still another 2.1. Want to get it down a little bit more. We slowed down a little bit, at least in the ET. Same mile an hour, but 13.9 to a 13.8.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's right there. I mean, you got one more pass, see if you can break 13.8.
Yeah, I might try throwing it in 2-wheel. I mean, it's probably going to blow the tires off just to see if it picks up a little bit more mile an hour. Yeah, we'll see.
I like it.
Just having fun. All right, so this might be an epic fail, but we'll try it anyway. Shifted hard as hell. Come on, baby. All right, so we rolled into it there in 2-wheel. We didn't want to just put it to the wood because it probably would have just blown them off, but I mean, it kind of hooked. It wasn't the best effort 60-foot wise, and I'm sure it's probably pretty pitiful, but now guys, keep in mind, obviously we're sitting on the light a little bit. We're not trying to cut ETs out here. We just want to get the truck up to a good RPM, leave without having to worry about, you know, getting treed or anything like that. And for guys that don't know, no, the clock doesn't start once the light turns green. Ah, look at that. So as predicted, wow, went 13.9 again, but I picked up a little mile an hour in two-wheel drive. So this thing's a bracket racer, man. Dial me in at 13.8 and call it a day. I didn't think it would hook up that good. I mean, I kind of rolled into it.
I mean, it looked like you rolled into it a little bit, but still 13.9 at 100.
Yeah, it picked up a little mile an hour as I thought it would, but the 60 probably went down.
Yeah, down a little bit.
So that's like the give and take, right? So you're alleviating some of the drain on the drivetrain by running it in two-wheel drive, so the truck's probably making more power, but you're not able to 60-foot it like you would in 4-high. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I mean, 13.8, 13.9 both in 4-high, and then a 13.9 again in two-wheel drive. I can't have all the fun out here. You ready to get up to the line?
I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's do it.
All right.
Guys, getting ready to make our first pass here. Gonna load up. Keep in mind, we're gonna run it in two-wheel just to see if it gets traction, and if not, run it up to 4-wheel high. Lost a little traction at the beginning there, but let's see what happened. All right, so I think 17.2 is the number.
Yeah, 17.2 at 85. I mean, we were gonna try in two-wheel, just see if it hooked at all.
Yeah.
It's a little cooler out here, 33-inch tires, no weight in the back. I mean,
yeah, she wasn't liking it.
We expected.
Yeah,
so
4-wheel high.
4-high, stall it up a little bit, and just mat it.
Let's do it. Go, 4-high. Looks like we reached about 85. Woo! That felt good. That felt good. Didn't lose traction. 4-high was the way to go. Let's see how we did, huh? 15.6. All right. 15.6 is the best that we got. Guys, remember, 33 all-terrains and a 6-inch lift. Not really doing us any favors when it comes to aerodynamics. Justin's F-150 is a little lighter. He's also lower to the ground. You know, at the end of the day, we'll see how this thing did. A little bit of a different story that time. We hooked right off 15.6 at 87. Listen, it's not low 15s that I was hoping for, but I'm pretty happy with it, honestly.
You should be, man. I mean, you trimmed nearly a full second off your 60 launching in 4-high. You knocked about a second and a half off your ET, and mile an hour is up a little bit, which, yeah. Listen, all things considered, that's great because 4-high will still rob a little bit of power over two-wheel drive, so it's not ideal, but on a day like today, it's kind of necessary to get this thing out of the hole.
Yeah, she did not want to hook in two-wheel, so.
No, she didn't. Well, all in all, a great day out here at the track with my buddy Adam. We had a great time just having fun, and I think we both nailed our estimates of how these trucks would perform, correct?
Right, yeah. I was hoping for low to mid 15s, hit 15.6, so right on the money. I'm happy with it, and overall, it was a blast.
Yeah, man, high 13s for the F-150 with those big old heavy Mickey Thompsons on the back, so not a bad day. These trucks are really ripping, thanks to those small bolt-ons we added earlier in the video, and of course, the ID Motorsports tune for both of us. Guys, I want to point out, if you really dig Adam and all of his Chevy content, be sure to check out his channel over at American Trucks Chevy GMC, and of course, if you dig that blue oval stuff, be sure to subscribe right here to American Trucks Ford. But for now, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of The Haul. We hope you enjoyed it, and remember, for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.